Chapter 3 Heidi and Clara. It was a long journey to Frankfurt. The sun was beginning to set when they stopped before a grand house in a cobble street. They'd pulled the bell. "This is it," said Burroughs. A well-dressed servant opened the door and led them into the vast hall. Heidi felt very small and sparkly. She felt even worse when the housekeeper, Mr. Ronsemyer, saw her. "You look most insufferable," she said to Heidi with a sigh. "I suppose you'd better meet Clara." Clara lay on a heap of pillows in a fairly four-poster bed. Her face was bald and the room was hot. "Thank you for coming, Heidi," she said quietly. "I would like to have your company. I can't get out of bed." "Why not?" asked Heidi. "I've been sick and I'm still weak," Clara explained. "I don't think I will ever get better." No one could get better in this whole stuffy room, Heidi thought. She ran over to the window and flung it wide open. The streets below shows with people, horse and carriage. Heidi could hear a strange music mixed with the glad hoof and footstep. That cheered Clara up. Leaning out, she saw a great boy with a stretched organ. A pair of kittens peeked out of his pockets. Heidi rushed downstairs and onto the street. "Can you come here?" she called, knocking him over. "This is someone I want you to play for." Moments later, they were both bounding up the stair. "Surprise!" shouted Heidi, throwing open Clara's door and leading the rat boy. Downstairs, Mr. Ronmeyer's, the housekeeper, was puzzled. She could hear singing, laughing, music, even kittens, and all coming from Clara's bedrooms. "What's going on here?" she said as she stormed into Clara's room. "How did that first boy get in?" she demanded. "I blamed you," she said, glaring at Heidi. "I knew you were trouble from the moment I saw you. Go to your room at once." "No," pleaded Clara. "Heidi was only trying to cheer me up." She held Heidi's hand. "Please don't send Heidi to her room. We want to have our supper together." There was nothing Mr. Rochester could do. She had to obey Clara. "All right," she said crossly, turning to go. "But get that dirty boy out of here now." Mr. Rochester returned carrying a tray loaded with rich food. Greasy chunks of meat swirled into cream sauce. Clara pushed it around her plate and hardly ate anything. Heidi didn't like it either. I don't get hungry lying in bed," Clara murmured. "You'd soon get hungry running up the mountain to Grandfather's hut," Heidi told her. Clara looked sad. "But since I've been, I can't walk." "That's terrible," said Heidi. The warm room and heavy meal were making her feel sleepy. She had to go outside to breathe some fresh air. Still smells hung over the noisy streets. Heidi longed for the cool, clear air of the mountains and soft breeze that made the pine trees rust. Sometime after Heidi arrived, the servants started claiming the house was haunted by a ghost. "A white figure floats down the stair at night," said a maid. "It's so pale. It's scary. I heard it groan." The servant was so upset. Mrs. Rosshammer grew worried. I must tell Clara's father, she decided. The servant sings the harvest hunter, sir. Really? Mr. Seaman only learned when he heard the news. There's no such thing as ghosts, he said. I'll catch your ghost, prove it. The next night, he waited in the hall at the bottom of the stairs. Heidi came down wearing a white neckgown. She tried to open the locked front door, then sobbed. Mr. Seaman went over to her and saw she was still fast asleep. Heidi was been sleepwalking, Mr. Seaman explained to Clara. And Mr. Rochester the next morning. The poor child is so homesick. Her dream felt real. I think she'd better go home. Thank goodness she's going. I'm going back to my grandfather's. I miss you. Chapter 4. Heidi goes home. The following week, grandfather looked out the window and could hardly believe his eyes. A peddler's Perkins was stumbling up the mountains below. Two men struggling with suitcases, a third on a wheelchair, and a fourth carried a child bundled up in a shawl. The men puffed and panted. Their shirts stank with sweat. I need a drink. This is Dad. Ahead of them, old danced Heidi. She raised up the stove and threw half-shells into grandfather's arms. Heidi, he cried, you come back to me. At last, I thought I'd never see you again. I miss you, Heidi said. Look, Mrs. Man has written you a letter to explain. Dear sir, Heidi was too homesick to stay with us, but Clara could not bear to say goodbye. I hope you will forgive me sending her with Heidi to stay for a month. Clara, alas, is still very weak after a long illness. She has no appearance and cannot walk. I hope her visit to the mountain will give her new strength. With all my thanks and best wish, your senses, Hans's mind. Grandfather turned to Clara. I'm very pleased to meet you, he said, and I thank you to bringing Heidi back to me. You soon feel better breathing our mountain air. Grandfather put Clara's wheelchairs in the sunshine so he could see the wonderful view and gave her a bowl of fresh milk. Girls who are really giving you the milk, Heidi said, bringing Little Swan over. The gold bird Clara grandly until she realized Little Swan wanted to be stroked. Clara drank thirstily. This tastes much nicer than Frankfurt milk, she said. Heidi, came a shout. Peter ran up the path to them. I heard you were back, he said to Heidi. Come out with me tomorrow, he urged her. Peters, I can't, said Heidi. I have to stay with Clara. Peter gave Clara a jealous look. You go, Heidi, Clara instead. I'll be fine. I pick you some flowers. All the same, when it set off next morning, Clara looked sad. I'll be quick, Heidi said, promise. I just want to climb the ridge where the biggest flowers grow. Clara watched them go longingly. She would have given anything to be running with them, with strong legs that could skip and jump. I want you to come, Heidi told Clara when she returned. We watched an eagle soar above our heads and see some stars down the mountains. Clara sighed. Cheer up, Grandfather said, trying to comfort her. The sun had already brought straws to your shacks. I'm sure you'll soon feel stronger. Oh, I wish I could walk. I won't leave you again. From where he stood, high on the mountain, Peter could see Heidi and Clara talking together. His heart burned with jealousy. I wish that girl hadn't come, he thought. Heidi, my friend, I'll make Clara go home. And a plan began to form in his mind. Chapter 5. Peter Planned. Before sunrise next morning, Peter crept to grandfather's hut. All was quiet and still. Just as Peter hoped, Clara's wheelchair stopped by the door. Noisily, he pushes into it to the edge of the mountain and rolled it over a steep, slanty cliff. The chair hit the rock with a terrible clang. An endless intro of falling it fall. Bang! Clang! Again and again. Peering over the cliff, Peter saw the jagged rocks had smashed the wheelchair into 1,000 pieces. Peter looked at what he had done and fled. When he arrived at the hut for goats, he told Peter about Clara's chairs. The wind must have caused it, she said. Grandfather has to carry Clara everywhere. Then Clara will have to go home, won't she? Peter demanded. Aha! Mumbles grandfather. I think I know who blew that puff of wind. Heidi was shocked. Did you do it, Peter? She asked sharply. Peter went red. I'm sorry, he stammered. I want her to go. You don't have time for me now. Peter, you must hate me, said Clara. You think I've taken Heidi away from you? Never mind, Heidi implored. We can all still be friends. But grandfather shook his head. Mrs. Man may not be so forgiving, he said. Clara's chair is still broken. If only Clara can work, said Heidi. I do feel stronger, Clara whispered. Perhaps I could try. She ate herself forward and put her slant feet on the ground. Grandfather gently took hold of her hands and helped her to stand. My leg feels so weak, said Clara, trembling. Be brave, said grandfather. Slowly, Clara put one foot in front of the others. Clara wobbled, but grandfather spurred her. Rest now, he ordered. You can try again tomorrow. Every day, Clara walked a little more, hungry from the exercise and fresh mountain air. She walked down huge mills. Stream flowed into her and tingled with angry. Won't father be amazed? She thought. Chapter 6. A surprise from Mr. Smith. A few weeks later, Mr. Smith arrived for Clara. He hardly recognized his daughter with her glowing face, bright eyes, and thick, shiny hair. When Clara stood up, he was astonished, and when she walked up to him, he had to sit down. It is really you, he said. I can't believe it. You're working. Isn't it wonderful? Laughed Clara. Grandfather and Heidi made it happen. And Peter's grandfather put in, his eyes twinkling. You did it, Clara, said Heidi. It was your hard work. It's a Miss Burns, said Miss Man beamed. Clara, I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You must come back to the mountain whenever you want, Heidi told Clara. And you must come to Frankfurt, Peter too, said Clara. We find the rich boy again in dance. When Clara and her fathers had gone, Heidi and grandfather went outside to watch the sunset. The sky and mountains shone red gold, just like Heidi's first evening. It's beautiful, said grandfather. Once I was sad and lonely, he told Heidi, but you've made me a happy man.